One job today, stripping this car. Already got the driver's door off. It's now mounted where it should be on the car it's going to live on. Seats are out. My Audi TT seats that I hoped would fit and don't are going off to a new buyer. This eBay auction's still running, but they're going to go. Somebody's bidding on them already, so those should be gone maybe this week, maybe next. That'll clear a bit of space. Steering wheel's out. Maybe keep that, maybe not. Airbag, dashboard coming out now, because obviously this interior is going to go in there, at least for now. I'm trying to strip as many parts off as I can, because I'm effectively going to be running two 25-year-old cars, albeit the drivetrains are going to be rather newer than that, and things are going to break. And so I want as many spare parts as possible. I also want the opportunity to refurbish stuff off the car and then have parts that I can swap in. Rebushing, cleaning up rust, getting things powder coated, whatever, so that when I come to do maintenance on the car, I've got the part ready and I can swap it in, and I'm not shopping around trying to find stuff on eBay, whatever. So I want to take as much off these as possible, and today I'm going to get as much off the top as I can. Once it's on the trailer, I'd like to get as much off from underneath as I can as well, but we'll see how safe that is and how that works, and maybe just roll the thing onto its top. Maybe just cut the windscreen off and flip it over, we shall see. Anyway, for today, not much talking, just lots of unbolting. Stripping, if you like. I realised me getting sweaty under a car wasn't going to be, well, most people's idea of a good time. So here we are, the end result of me stripping. And this has taken about, I don't know, 3 or 4 full sessions in the garage. But I've got everything I want pretty much. I would still like to get a couple more bits off, but I've got pretty much everything I want off the scrap car. I've been reminded why it's going to scrap. It is rotten as hell. It was worse than I thought. The more I dug into it, the more I realised it just wasn't worth saving this car at all. Could it be saved? Absolutely. But certainly not economically, and it's certainly not what I want to be spending my time doing. So let's have a quick tour around. First of all, got the subframe off, the rear subframe, with the rear diff. Might have to do a new diff at some point for the car with the IS300 drivetrain if that tops out at too low revs. So I wanted to get all of this. Plans to get this stripped down, powder coated, rebuild the diff if needs be, rebuild the brakes, and get it all looking really, really sweet. And then at some point, swap it into this car, and then refurb that one and swap it into the other car if needs be. You get the idea. Just always have a sort of rolling supply of replacement parts. The engine crane's over here. My hope is that I can lift the whole thing now. It doesn't actually weigh that much with everything out of it. So it'd be nice to be able to just lift the whole thing onto the trailer. I've cleared the trailer, all the rotten bits off the original car, off this one that I still have. They're all over there. They'll be going to the scrappy as well. Just weigh the lot in. There are just piles of parts, sort of here, there, and everywhere, frankly. I've been trying to do this quickly, have not done it in a very organised fashion. Great big wiring loom down there, buried in bits of trim. Bits of the steering rack, mine's really messy. I'd like to clean one up and make it look nice. Some bits of rear bumper, front subframe, for future customization. Again, get that nicely cleaned up and powder coated. Still got the engine. No one seems to want that. If you want it, it's yours. Come and get it. Brake servo, again, just be good to have a spare for that. I think, as I mentioned, I'm going to be running, a couple of what are essentially 30-year-old cars before long. It's good to have spares. Sadly, the steering rack is not a spare. That's completely shot. So that's going in the bin as well. All the shocks, as you might imagine, I think these were the original shocks for the car. I don't think they'd ever been replaced. Were completely shot as well. So those are all gone. So yeah, one completely scrap car ready to go in the bin. I'm just going to show you some of the rust, if I can get you around here. Don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but I mean, look at the holes in that
that thing is completely rotten. And when I was using the Ugga Dugger to get all the nuts off the rear subframe, just cascades of rust falling down. You can see bits of the floor pan were a bit rusty as well. Not super seriously, but again, worth saving? Probably not. So yeah, one dead car. That's it for this one then. Just a little summary of my stripping a car. And future episode, when I've got some help, I don't really fancy risking lifting it onto the trailer on my own, certainly not with my back giving out every now and again. So when I can get some help, I'll get that up onto the trailer and we'll lug it over to the scrappy and get rid of it. And then we've got more space in here to play with the real car, just not a lot of time. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Catch you on the next one. Please do like and subscribe. Bye bye.